Each year in the U.S., over 35% of traffic collision fatalities involve alcohol. Drunk driving is the #1 cause of death in our roadways. When someone makes the choice to get behind the wheel of a vehicle while impaired, their life and the lives of others can change forever. For 10 years, Griffin Halco has been living with the consequences of a choice he made to drive while drunk.
I was involved in a drunk driving car collision on March 25th, 2008. And so we got some dinner, we had a couple of drinks. I think I had maybe one at that point. During that dinner is that my mother called me. And her conversation was, hey, be safe tonight. If you need anything, call me, I'll come get you. Don't drive. And I assured her I wasn't driving, which was a lie. And the peer pressure started again once I said, okay, it's time to go home. Come on, one more place.
Griffin, his best friend, and his girlfriend got back in the car. Griffin was driving and failed to yield to an oncoming car.
We were hit on Rolling Knoll, I believe it's Drive, and Grand Avenue in the city of Diamond Bar at a yield green light. I was making a left-hand turn and we were hit by a lifted Ford Excursion. And if you see a 1999 Honda Prelude compared to that vehicle, it's not much. My front passenger, my buddy, was killed instantly. My rear passenger, my girlfriend at the time, she broke her collarbone and lacerated her liver.
Griffin fractured his skull and broke his neck. His alcohol level was nearly 4 times the legal limit.
I made a conscious decision to get behind the wheel. And the consequences that follow that are mine and mine only to own.
Although drunk driving fatalities have declined in recent years, another problem is becoming more prevalent: driving while drugged.
Drug driving is being under the influence of anything other than alcohol. Prescription medications, marijuana, anything, heroin, any illegal drug.
1 in 4 drivers test positive for a drug that can impair their ability to drive.
I pick up and she's yelling, she's dead, she's dead, she's dead, she's dead, she's dead. I'm like, calm down, Jiba, who died? She's like, Malik's dead, Malik's dead, Malik's dead.
Malik is Muhammad's sister. The car accident that took her life involved a driver who was a friend who had been drinking and taking drugs. On September 28, 2013, after a night of partying, 6 people, including Malik, packed into a 5-passenger vehicle. The driver's blood alcohol level was 3 times the legal limit. As the driver sped down the street, he hit a guardrail at the Scott Road off-ramp and the 5 freeway.
Boom, the car exploded. All the bodies were burnt beyond recognitions. No one knew their bodies would be on fire in 5 minutes.
The accident made news headlines.
5 people died, 1 girl survived. The biggest car crash in Birmingham history. And I couldn't believe, like, my 19-year-old sister is getting buried right now, right here. Like that broke me to my core to see that.
Public service ads like this are trying to get the message out about dangers of drunk driving.
All of these are dangerous. But when you throw this into the mix, you're just adding fuel to the fire. Don't let your future go up in flames. Drugged driving is impaired driving.
But getting people to understand the real impact is something that groups like MAD have been trying to drive home.
There is the awareness out there. It's providing that to the local education as far as local schools, community events, and having those conversations with parents and the youth of, the awareness of this is what's currently available and what the dangers are.
The group has been working for 37 years, holding school and community events to educate and empower youth. But she says that it comes down to individuals' decisions about drinking and driving.
Everyone has a choice. Everyone has a choice to get behind the wheel. Everyone has a choice to make a plan, to make it a safe one. So there is definitely an awareness. Unfortunately, for those who are under the age of 18, they tend to feel superior and nothing can harm them, but they're doing more harm for themselves than good.
Targeting those young drivers is what the California Highway Patrol is trying to do through its program called Every 15 Minutes.
It's to raise awareness for teen drivers, juniors and seniors in high school. They're going to proms. Pretty soon they're going to be, if they're not driving already, they're going to be. And it's just to raise awareness.
The program is a 2-day event that recreates a graphic drunk driving scenario and allows students to experience the harsh realities of a drunk driving accident.
I think a lot of the teens and a lot of people are pretty aware of what could happen. Unfortunately, some of the younger kids and drivers, I think, are the ones that need more of the education, if you will.
For Griffin, the reality of the impact of a drunk driving collision didn't sink in until it was too late.
And I knew damn well what the consequence could be when you drive drunk. By no means was it planned. By no means was it wanted. If I knew what was coming, I wouldn't have drove. But in a sense, we do know what's coming, and we choose to disregard it anyway.
Although the crash took his best friend's life, his friend's father asked the court to be lenient because he didn't want another life to be ruined. Today, Griffin hopes his experience will be a lesson to the youth.
I can't bring my buddy back. I can't change what had happened. But I can do my best from here on out to take the experience and the loss that we have because of it and help others to not experience the same thing.